Good evening, and welcome to the first State of the Association Address. It has been my honor to serve you as president this 2008-2009 school year. As elected leaders, we have all been working very hard this year to improve life here at Wheeling Jesuit. This evening, we, the Executive Board of SGA, would like to share with you our accomplishments thus far and our goals for the remainder of the semester. Each Executive Board member will take a few minutes to share with you their experiences in their elected position. I would first like to introduce to you Sarah Tennant, Senate's own Chairperson.
Okay, this year the things that I've already worked on are proposals from clubs. We have different clubs from across campus come to Senate and show us their budget, show us their plans for the year, and the Senate votes on how much money we think they should have. Each class does outreaches where they reach out to the rest of the school community to get more activities going across campus to make it more exciting. I hold monthly meetings with all the class officers. The service project for our fall semester was we worked with Habitat for Humanity as well as Catholic Neighborhood Center. We started a new thing this year called Hot Topics, where we think of topics that we think students across campus have concerns about, and we hold a meeting once a month to have discussion and like an information about that topic. We've worked on the visitation policy this year to try to change that, as well as we have made changes to the constitution of the class officers. For the remainder of the year, a big thing we're working on is the Light the Night Walk, which is our service project for the spring semester. We will continue to have hot topics. We are forming a couple new committees. We are working on a campus beautification day for Earth Day, April 22nd. And something else that is in the works is a coffee shop for campus. And next, I would like to introduce to you our social affairs representative, Jill Nizan.
Okay, some of the things I've already been working on this semester. With the help of campus activities, I have planned activities such as concerts, dance parties, competitions, and trips to Pittsburgh. We've had a lot more of these activities on campus this year than in previous years, I feel. And for this semester, we already have, except for maybe a couple open dates that we're still working on, we have every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday filled. So that's exciting. We've also significantly increased attendance at these events. Some of the bigger events, such as Jesuit Idol and Jesuit University, have increased as much as 30%. And we had the Christmas dance at Ogilvy last semester. Things to work on for this semester is I've been working on Jesuit Idol, and that's already started and going well. With Campus Activities Board, we're planning Last Blast, and at the concert we have Bon Journey scheduled to perform, a spring formal, TBA, and the carnival. I've been working with some of the departments to get Thursday night guest bartenders back. I've talked with some of the Jesuits, the head of the psychology department, and the head of the history department for that. And right now we're working on getting a RAT committee together to try and get some of the RAT improvements that I've been talking to some people about in place. And next we have Megan Foutty, the secretary.
Good evening. I'd just like to touch upon a few things that I've accomplished this semester, or the things I do. I take minutes at weekly SGA meetings, send them out to the board before our next meeting, and I also keep a notebook of all of our minutes from past meetings, agendas, and the goals we have. I've held a voting registration during a presidential debate we had and registered some of our students to vote in the presidential election this year. I've cleaned and utilized a suggestion box that's outside of our Troy Theater and turned it into an SGA suggestion box where students can put concerns or suggestions that they have for us or things they would like to see us do. I posted those suggestions outside of the SGA box, and I've written a comment on each one to show the students that we do listen to them and we hear what they're saying and that we're working on the things that they ask us to. I've also had elections for sophomore class officers, the freshman class officers, the student senate, and Christmas King and Queen elections. Coming up this semester, I have plans to incorporate some Jesuit game nights. That way the student body can get to know the Jesuits a little better. Once I get everyone there on board, this should be starting up soon. Ignatian Awareness Week is coming up the week of March 16th. This week is to have the students have a better understanding of this school and the Jesuit ideals and St. Ignatius. We also have Collegian of the Year elections coming soon, which are where one student from each class is elected, and this student particularly embodies the Jesuit ideals of the school. We also have SGA Executive Board elections, class officer elections coming up very soon, and I also plan to have voting drives to help increase the number of people who vote in the elections. I plan to have some kind of party with food and games, whatever, just to get students to come, and they would have to vote to get in. Next we have Shane Young, who is student advocate.
Well, as you'll see with our sides compared to the girls, ours are pretty much more simple. Me and Allie being the only guys on the executive board. So, what I do is I'm a student advocate. I'm pretty much in charge of intramurals, the food committee, international students, the association between them and us as the executive board, and a couple other backup things and backup to Steph on Slack, which she'll probably explain here in a couple minutes. One big thing in intramural sports, we have started basketball. It started back in the beginning of November. It has run very well so far. We have 8 guys teams, and we had 5 girls teams. It's kind of in and out because softball's in season and stuff like that. So we're working on getting out a better set schedule. Volleyball should be starting up here pretty soon. We're still waiting on permission to use nets and facilities and stuff like that with a bunch of sports teams in the mix right now. It's hard to get gym time, so we're waiting on that, as well as maybe using the Mount campus over there to better our advantage of running these efficiently. The next item on my agenda up here is the food committee. There's a big thing about restructuring contracts that happens every year in the spring before the fall. They have a big meeting between Parkhurst and the administration to go over different things such as food costs, hours, and stuff like that. So the big thing for us is changing dining hours. The main reason for that is athletes who practice till 6:15, and are rushing to get to dinner by the time dinner's finished at 6:30. So we're working on getting that changed, which will help a lot. As they said earlier, the coffee shop is one of the things we're working on for next year with our student funds. So we're hoping if that steps in, then we can open up dinner later and eliminate the need for late night, because we'll have the coffee shop open with hopefully a convenience store in that. The last thing I have is student involvement. I have athletics down there, but our student involvement has increased this year, large in part due to CAB and a lot of us on board and Senate who have helped out greatly. So that's something that we've worked and strived upon. That was one of our goals, to increase student life and campus life here within Jesuit. And another thing that I didn't put on here that I should have was Jesuit Olympics. It was a great idea that kind of fizzled out due to our committee kind of falling apart due to schoolwork and different things as clinicals and stuff like that. So we're trying to get that back for the latter part of the year. So that's something else that I'll be working on. So up next, we have our academic affairs representative, Elias.